again now. We've got a lovely little cameo of a fight for you. Lloyd Honeyghan insisting he's still got a lot to offer at the age of 34. Former world champion, of course, against the young, ambitious Adrian Dodson. Dodson, the southpaw, keen to show he's capable of breaking into the big time.
Seconds out.
Well, this has all the makings of a real needle fight between Lloyd Honeyghan, the former world champion, and the up-and-coming Adrian Dodson. Only 11 fights against a man who's had 47. And the Board of Control has told it to behave themselves after some of the remarks that have been made. And there's a strong referee here in Richie Davis. He gave them a real going over in the introductions there. Behave yourselves, I'm in charge, and stick to the rules. So the southpaw then, Adrian Dodson, if you haven't seen him before, he's got a lot of ability. Boxed in 2 Olympic Games representing Guyana and Britain. One of the greatest wins we've ever seen in an American ring, of course, was Honeyghan defeating Don Curry in Atlantic City back in '86, seen on ITV. Oh dear, it looks as though he's got him early on, Dodson. It's the first raising class he's had. He's lost control of his legs completely in the opening round here, Honeyghan. Can he get over it? I doubt that.
Well, he's been asking for trouble since the first bell, Reg. No defence, hands at his side, and he's paying the full penalty here.
Is he going to use that ropes as a bit of a catapult? No, he hasn't got control of his legs now.
Honeyghan was very, very good at this when he was at his peak, but the reflex is slow and you have to change with the times, and he hasn't done that. Paid the full penalty for pretty much boxing stupidity in the first round. No defence.
Remember, he had some couple of beatings with Marlon Starling and Mark Freeland, but you didn't expect it. Well, say you didn't expect it. I dare say Dodson was actually the betting favourite, the youngster. You know, this is basically a young man's game. I don't tell George Foreman I said that.
At least Honeyghan has the sense not to get involved. He knows he's lost a round. He's struggling here. He's just trying to keep his chin out of trouble. Don't take any chances, but his movements are not right.
It's the leg movements that's bothering me, Jim. He hasn't got control of him yet.
No, he hasn't thrown the effects of that punch yet.
Dodson really is a little bit word-wide in the almost in the Eubank and the Nassim Hamid class. I think it tells you what he thinks.
Well, Dodson knows if Honeyghan's legs are gone, there'll be no powerful punches coming back, so he can take chances, go completely on the attack here.
Not worried about his bravery at all, Honeyghan, Jim. That one with Vinny Pazienza in Atlantic City was really something else. When the commissioner actually dived in the ring before the referee did to stop it. And he fought his heart out that day, Honeyghan. But, you know, 34, sooner or later, it catches up with you in this game. But he looks as though, yes, he has. He's recovered OK from this one. Yes. Some record, really. I mean, four defeats, and the wins he had over Don Curry was tremendous, and defended his championship. He won the British title against Mickey Hughes. So he had 9 title fights between '86 and '90. This is how he went down, Jim.
Yeah, well, his hands were always far too low. He backed off with no defence, and that's what happens when you do that in the fight game. The ropes kept him upright, but legs had gone. At least he was looking straight back at Dodson there, but he was badly shaken.
And there's the unbeaten then, Stop 8, American trainer in the corner. Boxed in Seoul and Barcelona, and was the 1990 ABA welterweight champion.
10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 2.
Second round then. Well, a shaky one indeed there for the former world champion, Lloyd Honeyghan. Trying to regain some of those glories.
But even when Honeyghan tries to deliver a punch, Reg, the hands move, but the legs don't follow through. He's not got his body weight and he's punching together. His coordination, just something wrong with it. Legs still a little bit shaky.
He still digs a bit, but it's a question of can he land on this fellow. It's such a move up in class, not beyond the 6th round. Adrian Dodson had finished 5 in the first round he's had. But I've always liked his amateur boxing. I thought he was outstanding, and very disappointed he didn't win a medal of any colour in Barcelona.
Honeyghan getting some punches off now. This is a little improvement. Getting forward a little bit more.
Mind you, I should add that Dodson was very upset at the weight that the ABA chose him for there. He thought welterweight was too light for him, and now he's 11 stone 2, light middleweight. I suppose he was right. Been training in the States as well. He won the Golden Gloves there at one time, and the best boxer award in the New York Golden Gloves. Oh, he got the first right hand through that. Little touch of the old Honeyghan there.
Yep, his boxing certainly improved. He's got his act together, getting some body weight into the shots now. He was just kind of pushing his hands out in the first round.
Good amateur as well, of course. Honeyghan, Downside and Fisher Club, box for England, but he never won an ABA championship. Yeah, he pulled himself together well here, Honeyghan, Jim.
Yep.
So that's a little touch of experience that counts.
That's what he's doing, calling on his experience, getting good punches off here. We have to remember at his peak, Honeyghan was one of the best fighters to come out of this country. Tremendous attitude for the game. Nice right hand again from Honeyghan. Dodson taking too long to get his punches off here. Just getting a little bit outsmarted in this round.
Well, he hasn't had too many opponents throwing much leather at him, really, even on those 11 fights, Jim. He's never been under any real pressure.
No, well, we said it was time to step him up in class and let's see what he can do.
It's amazing, really. It's quite a different Honeyghan in the second round, isn't it? Well, it looks as though he's coming over here for an interview. Sorry, Lloyd. he's with a little bit of show, because I think he said something about, I told you I could do it, but he couldn't. Through the gum shield, I'm afraid I couldn't understand the old ragamuffin. He said, I think he said, I'm the man, if I could dare read his lips.
Well, it's nice he's got his confidence back after the shaky first round. But all the good punches in that round came from Lloyd. Good round. Good leading punches, getting body weight behind the right hand. Dodson did very little work at all in that round.
"25 years old, this fellow."
Seconds up, round 3.
Third round coming up then, scheduled for 10. 11 stone division. Very shaky start indeed for Lloyd Honeyghan. And the southpaw Adrian Dodson, the sort of young pretender on the block now. And then the second round, Honeyghan came back very well. And as I say, we think he said, I'm the man. He had the cheek to walk right across to the commentary position. But I've known him since back in his amateur days, and luckily ITV covered him winning against Don Curry in America. What a sensation that was. The first at the weight since the great Tate Kid Lewis. A little bit of surprise there for Dodson, Jim, but he's still a very capable young prospect, really, isn't he? But youth prospect, 25, he should have been matured by now.
Yeah, but his fights such as this with men who really know the business inside out, they'll probably remind him he still has a lot to learn. In Honeyghan using all the tricks, keeping him off balances, judging the range to perfection. But still, for my liking, taking too many chances. Good solid left hands coming through from Dodson now.
Midway through the third.
Honeyghan's chin never still for a second, and that's what's given Dodson so many problems. Dodson just still not getting through cleanly. Well, a punch caused that. I mean, in effect, it was a knockdown.
Yeah, he did touch the canvas as well. Technically, he could have caught it, I suppose.
But no time to count, and we don't have the mandatory 8 count, so the referee was quite right to stay out of it. Honeyghan been caught now by the shot. His head rolling.
And he stopped it. Stopped it. Honeyghan's probably saying what for. Now, this is a repeat of when he was defeated by Vinny Pazienza. Well, that makes a change, doesn't it? For the boxer to be lifting his second up instead of him being lifted up. But Richie Davis is saying, no, that was it. I didn't want to see you take any more punishment. I dare say Honeyghan said, I'm still wily enough, and wild enough in this case, to come back. But led back to the corner by Mick Williams. And, well, Jim, I hate to say it, but I hope really now that that's the end of a terrific career for Lloyd Honeyghan.
Yeah, well, Honeyghan, he probably feels aggrieved because he was still ducking and diving and trying to ride the storm, but he was doing nothing. Nothing was coming back, and those 2 shots alone, and you can see the way his head hit against the pad there. The referee quite right to stop the fight. And bang, that was a solid shot. Another solid shot. Look at the way Honeyghan's head's going here. 3 solid shots in the trot with no reply. Head fell back against the pad. Another 2 shots. And Dodson ready to tee off once again. Referee picked the right spot.
We'll see more of that fella, Adrian Dodson. I hope that Lloyd Honeyghan doesn't get tempted to fight again after that. Good performance from Crawford Ashley, the British light heavyweight champion here this evening. Might remember he had a terrific fight, that's Ashley with the sort of ponytail there, a terrific fight with Nicky Piper down in Cardiff. He was up against an American, Charles Oliver. Didn't take him too long. Oliver, a little bit damaged around the eye, and the fight was stopped in the 3rd round. Now, sadly, I have to report we've had some very disturbing news from the hospital about Gerald McClellan. Gerald McClellan, the American fighter who collapsed at the end of his fight with Nigel Benn, has gone into surgery for a removal of a blood clot on his brain. That surgery is expected to last for most of the night, and there'll be a further bulletin from the London hospital at 6 o'clock this morning, in 4 3/4 hours time. When we were with you about an hour ago, the news from the hospital was optimistic. We understood here that McClellan was okay, but obviously in the last hour things have deteriorated there now. And it's hard really to pull your thoughts together at moments like this, because Nigel Benn fought the fight of a lifetime out there. He dug deeper really than it's probably right for any professional sportsman to expect. It was a wonderful triumph for Nigel Benn, but at the moment now, as we sit in London Arena and the time ticks round to 1:15, all our thoughts are with Gerald McClellan inside the London hospital. Good night to you all.